Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Liban Ibrahim. I'm here with Mohammed, and today we are running a conference. I'm one of the facilitators, and I wanted to ask Mohammed, what can we expect today?
Thank you, Liban. Thanks for this. Today and tomorrow we'll be running this event, and I will show you what the program is. And let me just share this screen with you, and I'll go through this very quickly. Yeah, so this event actually it's the fourth annual Somali Australian Research and Community Symposium. It's sponsored by Swinburne University. I want to thank to Jason Sargent and Paul Seifert. And this year, the fourth annual Somali Australian Research and Community Symposium, the title is The Digital Somalia Imagined in Globalized Citizenship. It's a bit mouthful, but I will unpack as we go along. So the IS4SI, Information Systems for Social Impact Research Group, in association with the Somali Cultural Association of Victoria, are the sponsors, the main sponsors, and I want to thank them. And it will cover, this year we are very ambitious. In fact, we have a lot more people participating and presenting. And the program will start with later on Jason, who will introduce and open the event. And then we will have a couple of papers that are really, really important, the keynote speakers, who are both people who are experts in their field. Peter Lang, who did a lot of work in Somalia, and Dr. Carson, who also will talk about cybersecurity in a different format. So that will start the day, and then we will have a break. And then after the break, we will again hear from Dr. Masita Anwar, who is also from Monash University, who, as it happens, is working on a project with the Somali community in Melbourne about cybersecurity. Maybe you saw there was an interview, there was a survey they were conducting to gather more information about this, and there's more about that. She will tell us later on in the afternoon. And then we have also a guest speaker who will join us from Japan. So I'm looking forward to hear from here as well, around 1:45, 2 o'clock. But that will be interesting technical challenge. I think he's on the road, so somehow he will join us. So I'd like to see how that will work out. But he will talk about also our collaboration. We worked with them for over 10 years on different projects, and I'm looking forward for that as well. And then we have Mohammed Al-Gadi, who you might not know him, but he's an entrepreneur and he does a lot of work in Melbourne, but also back home and in the region. And he will talk about an interesting idea, a project, I think they're calling it Bricon Technologies. But the focus of that is really helping the homeless people back home in Somalia. And it's about, I guess, building homes for those people, but also for business. But the reason we're interested and the way this comes in, very useful paper to listen and hear his ideas, is he's using a Bitcoin. This is about the cryptocurrencies and so on. But I'll leave it for him to tell us more about this. But I'm really excited about the idea itself and looking forward to hear what Mohammed will tell us. And then we have Hassan, who's a SBS journalist, who will join us and talk about the impact of social media and Somali politics. And we will conclude the day with another project again on the crypto world, but this time with a bit of a twist. We will hear from Noor Abukar, who is actually in Turkey. So he will join us later on this afternoon and talk about there's a project where they're launching the Somali NFT. It's a bit technical, but I'll let him to explain this, but it's a way of the Somali artists is going and selling their product online. They have to mint it and make it NFT. But I want steal the show from him, let him explain what that's all about. But I'm also excited to hear how that will work and what they will do. There are other Somalis who will join this afternoon as well, who will contribute mainly on the technical side. And so it's going to be an interesting day. And I would like to encourage people who are watching on the social medias to contribute, to ask questions. This morning, we received a lot of questions that were really interesting for the people who were presenting to reply, both Peter Lang and Dr. Katzen. So I hope more questions will come. Then tomorrow, there will be interesting presentation from Zara Mustafa, who's running for office. She's actually, whether we use the word running or standing, but she wants to become a member of the Australian Federal Parliament. So she will share some ideas with us about the Australian politics from Somali community's perspective. So again, another interesting discussion. We're looking forward tomorrow. The keynote speaker tomorrow is Dr. Cheryl Saunders, an expert in constitutional law. And she's at the law school at Melbourne University. So this year we have people from Swinburne, Monash, and Melbourne University. So we're getting a lot of academia, a lot of academic people sharing ideas with us about Somalia. Now, I'm looking forward to hear what Dr. Saunders tomorrow will tell us about the Somali constitution and the federal system. And it will be an interesting format where we'll just ask questions and she will reply rather than lecture type. So again, all of you, any questions you have about the federal system, why it works or why it didn't work, or whether it's about Somalia or the whole region, I welcome you all tomorrow, and I'm looking forward for your questions. And then we have Hussein Jabiri, who will also talk about an initiative called the Water Initiative Now. It's a project he's launching. Again, I'm looking forward to hear more about that. We're all excited because of the drought and the water problems back home and in the region. Anyone who can come up with a solution, a technical solution that can help, they're always welcome. We at the universities, it's easy to write projects and formulas, but it would be useful to see what Jabri has to say about this. So that is really what we are covering tomorrow, half a day, and today, all day. And I hope from this we can learn a lot of things and we can share ideas. So that's really what this program is about, Liban.
Thank you for explaining that. So 2-day event, and I imagine this will all be, most of this will be broadcast live on Facebook, available to the public.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I think the Turcos are telling me this will be streamed, and I'm going to get links that I can put onto my social media, but also it will be in the university websites, of course, a bit edited, but I don't really mind, even if people want to watch it while the program is going. And if they can give us feedback and ask questions, that will make it a bit more interesting, because the whole idea is really to exchange views and learn from each other. So I'm looking forward, and that's really what this is all about.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the talks.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Liban. I think we will continue, and hopefully there will be a lot more presentations, probably that if we cannot cover them within the 1.5 days, we'll put them into the publication later on that we'll share with the community. So with that, I look forward for the questions from the community, and we'll continue. Thank you very much, Liban.
Thank you. Thank you.